Let's get this bad boy heated up, y'all. We gotta keep that going. Who's back in here? It's hey, long time no see. Welcome back in. How you know what? I'm doing pretty all right. I just got over being sick. How you doing? Hey, shut up. Happy birthday, it's. I hope that you have an amazing birthday. I hope that it's great. And the absolute best from Father Fred and his family to you on your birthday. What'd you get? You get anything cool? Here, and back you up just a little bit. That way you can see what's happening. There's not a lot happening right now, but in case you want to see what's happening. There you go. Hey, let's talk with love. How you doing? Girl, we're just doing some lasagna talk tonight. Hey, that's Let's Talk with Love. That's the one I was telling you about. Subscribe to the channel. Let's Talk with Love is real cool. If you enjoy good conversation, if you want to just chit chat. What's in here? Tosh is in here. And Channel Time is in here again. What's up, man? We got the gang happening, y'all. I should have made lasagna tonight instead of last night. Girl, that's partly why. Like I tell you, people were acting last night. I'm gonna leave it at that. But if I wasn't making lasagna, oof, I'd have been. I've been on that butt. That's all I'm saying. And y'all, hold on one second, y'all. You know, I definitely would be here. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Y'all, I need to show you this too. Check this out. You turn this down so I don't reburn anything. Y'all, this is... Let me give it just a quick stir. Hold on. Y'all are probably gonna laugh, but it's fine. It's fine. Y'all, this is homemade applesauce right here. See if I can get you zoomed up on that a little bit. Google. There you go. That's homemade. That's just one apple right there. We still partying, but listening. Keep that party up. That applesauce, what was it? 1, 2, 4 ingredient applesauce. Done. The best sauce I can get. Better than anything store bought. You gotta get yourself a Fiji apple though. Grab one of these bad boys right here. Don't go with that whack Granny Smith or Gala apple, any other that horse malarkey. Got to put that silk hat back on it. Y'all, we had lasagna going last night. It was so good, my wife didn't even want to eat it. She took one bite of it and said, "Hey, she said, I'm not gonna take another bite." She didn't say this exactly, but she said, "Father Fred, I'm not taking another bite until you eat it first. And you tell me, here, stand over here. There you go." She said, "You need to take a bite of it and you need to tell me what you think because I know how good it is." Y'all, stand over here again. There you go. Man, that's my girl right there. We're about to have to go feed her again some more of this lasagna. She's feeling a little bit better now. Don't pay attention to the pot, y'all. Don't look at the side of the pot, okay? Don't judge me by my pot. Judge me by how clean the pot is. And judge by what I do with it. You know what I mean? Dynamic duo, 100%. Sprinkle just a touch of this on there. Oh, y'all can't even, y'all aren't even witnessing the sprinkle. Boom. Let's go, come on, Crick, Quad 8. How you doing? Welcome in. I appreciate you stopping by. We got to go to the dark part of my house now. This is where my wife stays. Nah, she right here. Hey, what's that stuff you want for your hair? How do you call it again? Silk press. Hey, shout out if anybody knows where to get a good silk press done, let me know. I will fly my wife out there. She doesn't need one, but I want to take care of her and get her a silk press. Put a hamburger emoji in the chat if you ever had a silk press done. Here you go.
I don't know if they do silk presses here in Alaska, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're in Alaska right now. Y'all, we live in Alaska. Dominicans. Oh, okay. Let's talk with Love is in here. That's my girl. You're also my girl. But she's my girl. But you're my real life girl. It's complicated. She said, Dominicans, or bring her down here to my daughter's shop. And she's in, hold on real quick. We could go there. That's not too far from Alaska. What is, you have your painting shirt on, so does that mean you're doing, I can't read tonight. My reading level tonight is uneducated. You have your painting shirt. No, this is my tie-dye, girl. I promise you. I have not forgotten about you. Y'all. I haven't forgotten. Now, here in a moment, what we'll do. You know, I'm already done cooking. I'll make dinner for her tonight. I'll chill out on dinner for a little bit. Let's go look at prices real quick. Or I can tell her how to do it herself. Well, here. She knows. Sorry about that. She knows how to do it, and she's good at doing it. But the problem is, she's good at doing it. The problem is, I need somebody who's great at doing it. You know what I mean? I want to take her out. Come on. I want to take her out. I want her to get pampered. I want someone to say, "Hey, listen, I'll take care of your hair for you." Come on. You know what I mean? Come on. I'm sure you ladies know. I took my wife to go see a real good friend of mine. She does hair. She's exceptional at doing hair. Sorry, y'all. I'll try to not talk when I'm down in the dark hallway. She's exceptional at doing hair, but she's not that great at doing hair for people of color or textured hair. Trust me, if I could, let me see how much it is to book a flight from Alaska. But first, we gotta go to. Yeah, like I'm. That's the problem, y'all. Is and it's nothing to anybody. You know what I mean? 506. We'll go here. See if there's one of these in Alaska. Yeah, show me them details, girl. Oh yeah. All right, cool. Kids. The problem I have is, and it's not. I know a lot of people, right? I know a lot of white people, and I know a lot of Hispanic people. The problem is, I don't know a lot of people of color. I mean, I know like through business, I know, but not like on a personal level. And so I need to be able to find, really what I need is to be able to find some people of color and be like, hey, y'all, listen, my wife's of color. She got textured hair. She beautiful, and I need somebody to do her hair for her. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope that's not incorrect. Canvas, 1, 2, 3, 36 by 48. That sounds right. Let's see how much one of these are. I'll see if I can get one ordered in. $60. There's no way. Was that 48 by 36? Yeah, it's supposed to be like $50. $50 for a canvas. I can't. Girl, you trying to get me canceled. You trying to get me you trying to get me arrested. I tried one time. I'll tell you for real. I'll tell you a real quick story, and then I got to go back to. You know, I got all the time. It's Friday. Um, there was one time where I was working with. You know what? You know what, love? I got you. There's one time I was working with some black people, and I don't remember. I honestly, God, it's not even the most important part of the story. Something transpired, and there's like these two guys were fighting or something, and I talked to I was talking, and I said yeah, this African American male, and this one guy stopped me. He was like we're not African American, we're black. So I was like, my bad, like 100% my bad. And so I was like, all right, note, don't say that. Which again, whatever. And so time goes by, and then I was like, something else happened. So I was like, I described a guy. I was like, it was pretty much like we're talking about racial injustice in America. I believe that's what the thing was. And I described myself as white, and I described him as black. And he was like, I don't care. I'm not monetized, but he was like, motherfucker, do I look black to you? And so I was like, Like, that's a trick question. Like, that's a trick. I don't know. I mean, and I did it. I don't know how to answer that one. So I was like, I don't know, man. Like, boom. And so I was talking to my wife. I told her the story. My wife was like, person of color. It's the like uh it's a blanket term. You can use it. It describes anybody that's not white. So I was like, all right, person of color. I'm gonna have to use that one all the time. Yeah, put a one in the chat if if you want. I don't care. Let's see if I can buy one of these canvases. Two canvases. Where's Tasha? She has to be in here somewhere. Tasha, do you want one of those that are that size, or do you want one that's just regular sized? And by regular size, I mean smaller. Oh, you are, okay. Yeah, that's a 48. What's that, 48 by 24? Yeah, that's a 48 by 24. So do you want one? Here, look. Yo, that's a 48 by 24. That's a big boy right there. Huh, pause. No, hey, listen, I'm balls in either one of our cords. This right here, I think this is like a 24 by 16. That's a 20. That's a 20 by 16 right there. Or you're gonna have this one right here. This is one of my personal favorites. This right here, what is that? A 24? That's 24 by 36, maybe. That's 24 by 36. And Sophia is here. That's a fact. I think you'll like a 24 by 36. I'll be honest with you. If I get you a 48 by, what I said, 48 by 24. If I got you a 48 by 24, there's if I got you a 48 by 24, there's a good chance that I won't be able to ship it to you. So I'm going to have Rob come by and pick it up from the outside of my house. And Sophia is here. What did we say? 24 by 36. $64 for 4 of them? That's not bad at all, y'all. Let me see if they got a 24 by 36, 16 by 20. 16 by 20. 18 by 24 by 36. How much is that? Ooh, girl, you were about to get. Continue shopping, yeah. We'll see how much one of these costs. If they have one of these in stock, I'll see if I can go pick one up. Add to cart, boom. Let's check out, y'all. How much it's gonna be to send it to Alaska is gonna be the next issue. Well, they be wilding on here sometimes, I'm telling you. I use Father Fred on here a lot, so when I have to go order stuff, sometimes it's like, what's your first and last name? And it auto-populates it as Father Fred. This order is a gift, and I don't know, I'm good. Payment. Let's see if I can finish that. How much is shipping though? $7. Y'all, we might have to just go see if we can go hit Hobby Lobby real quick. Y'all ever been to Hobby Lobby? Put some tennis rackets in the chat if you ever been to Hobby Lobby, or if you go to Hobby Lobby. I can't believe they don't tell you if this is in stock or not. That's wild. Are you still working on the Q&A thing? No. tennis rackets. That's a whole fact. No, but this is actually this is I love this part of life right here. Stuff like this is great to me. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Sophia, check out Let's Talk with Love. Subscribe to that channel. Let's Talk with Love is super super cool. And she's the one. She helped put me on. You know what I mean? Let's Talk with Love. That's Sophia. Sophia, Let's Talk with Love. Love. Sophia's the one. I had the whole talk show thing going, and Sophia was the one that was like, "Why don't you add like the little chat window in there with like a microphone?" And it just blew my little mind. Sophia is I was struggling. I struggled for a while with setting that thing up because like there was all these different ways I wanted to do it, but then Sophia was like, "Why don't you just try this?" And it's like, man, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. That's why we network, y'all. That's why we network. That's why we talk to people. Everybody, everybody in the world. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is. All that to the side. You know what I mean? Every single person in the world knows one thing that you don't, or they will think of one thing that you won't. You could live for forever. You could live for an eon, and there's still gonna be people that are like, "Hey, man, boom, here's an idea that you never even thought about because you're broke and you're a bum." If you're broke and you're bums, and I know that nobody in here is. If you're broke and you're a bum, put a trash can emoji in the chat. Yes, there's not even a single trash can emoji in there. That's because we're all royalty. You know what? Tomorrow, I know Tosh will be there. Let me do one thing real quick before I start spouting out ideas for stuff that I may not even be able to do. Tomorrow, how many new subscribers did Father Fred get last night? Channel time. Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, you know what? Let's pin that for a brief moment. Let me figure this thing out real quick, and I promise you we'll look into that. That's a really good question. Let me make sure this place still exists before I start. Before I just start saying what we're gonna be doing, and we're not doing it because the place isn't there anymore. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so tomorrow after work, yeah, we're all millionaires. That's a whole 100 right there. Tomorrow after work, I'll stop by Hobby Lobby. I'll do a live stream. We'll get you some. Channel time. What happened? We'll do a live stream, getting some colors, get some cool stuff. Unpin that message, please. How many subscribers did we get last night? Google, take me to the studio. Yeah, I got videos that are being blocked. Hey, you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Father Fred, view analytics. I got 107 people though. Let me see. Man, we got people dropping off. So I think yesterday we got two new people. We got two new people yesterday, and let's see if we can find out who these two individuals are. I'm sure I can. Pardon me, y'all. We made lasagna yesterday, and so I was just warming it back up. There's nothing. There's nothing super great happening. I will. I have to make more of it. I'll probably make more tomorrow or so. I think. Yeah. Okay. 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 Damn, Carla's in here too. How did she sneak in? Man, how did Carla sneak in? So I think the only new person is Channel Time. Are you still in here? Channel Time for 6:35. Are you still in here? There we go. In 2 days, I'm having Friendsgiving. I don't know what's happening. It looked like a pack of wild dogs just came through. It's like a pack of wild dogs came through and said, "Father Fred, we're gonna do your hair for you." I don't think so. So Channel Time was the last person to. Hey Carly, even if you're here for a little bit, boo, I appreciate you stopping in. That's 100% on that one. Um, Channel Time was the last person to subscribe. To subscribe during the thing yesterday. Sophia, you gotta be real careful. That's way too many dogs. You gotta be careful. We have to start. We have to start, and I don't want. I don't want to. Y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't gonna try to lie, y'all. Y'all have seen me mod other channels, but shoot, you start. Y'all see me mod other channels, but you wait till you see me start modding my own. I'm gonna have to go to boom. We're gonna have to go to boom. 2 minute dogs in the chat. Boom. Uh, uh. That's enough dogs in the chat tonight. That's good. Roof, roof, bar, bar, all in the ear. Talking a whole you ain't trying to hear. Tasha, we gotta get you some of that. What was it? We got purple paint, black paint, white, and what? Purple, black, white, gray. That's it. Yeah, y'all are for real 100%. Not all of y'all, but y'all are for real 100% lucky. I'm not live streaming on the actual computer tonight. Man, Father Fred. Oh, sorry. Man, Father Fred's been going through some stuff. Hey, before I get into this whole ordeal, let me turn my fan this way so I can be comfortable. Y'all, we've been getting sick recently. I don't know if it's being sick. Here, stand over here. There you go. I don't know if it's being sick. It's probably just being sick and taking medicine. But I was trying to go to sleep the other night, y'all. I started having these weird dreams. Just strange, just stuff that. Where could he be? Alaska, Kodiak. Started having these super strange dreams, y'all, and then I woke up. And I prayed. I prayed real freaking hard too. I was like, pretty much like I rebuke any spirits they aren't the Lord, you know, like Jesus. Like I ask you to anoint my wife, myself, Lord, like any spirit that's not Jesus. Um, I break any bonds or agreements that you think that we have with each other. And I mean all up and down for about 5 minutes straight. I mean just it was ridiculous. I went back to bed and it was like these dreams were way worse than before. What do y'all think that is? And don't say Kodiak, Alaska. I can tell you 100% it wasn't the pillow situation. Yo, I was getting attacked the other night, I think. I had to tell him, look, I had to say, look, y'all, like, yeah, happy birthday, It's, if you're still in here. Y'all, I had to pray. There was stuff. Nightmare would be nice. You know what I mean? I, even if I began to describe it, I would just sound like just a lunatic trying to talk about just the stuff that I saw. But it's like ever since then, for real, and I'll tell you like this, ever since then, for real, even today, I was like, man, like, I need to go to church more often. Like, I need to get closer to God. I mean, all up and down today. I was like, man, like, speaking to God a lot, just whatever it was, it was something in me, or like, you know, there was something that a spirit or this or that or the other. It's like I said, and I'll say it a million times on here, and I want you all to listen to this for real. You on the mountaintop, you as high as you can get on that mountaintop, you thank God. You know what I mean? You in the darkest valley, you in the darkest part of your life, you thank, you praise, you worship, you say, I appreciate this. Because you ain't gonna be in that valley for a long time. You're just gonna be in that valley, you know what I mean? Happy birthday, that's 100% happy birthday on that one right there. But it is like, Lord, I don't know what it was. I don't know what you, I don't know. But I just want to say, like I said, I just say thank you for whatever it is. Whatever that you broke, whatever it broke, I appreciate it. But it also, like I said, also just could be because I'm taking medication to get better for my sickness. I put a little bit on that also, but it was just strange. Some of the strangest stuff. Yeah, 100%. I was reading about that the other day. You know, you by yourself in a field, you by yourself in a beautiful field with God. You feeling safe. You tell him thank you. I appreciate this. I appreciate this 100%. You feel that sun on your face. I appreciate that, God. I'm very thankful for the position that I'm in right now. That same field you're in, it's raining, it's gross outside. You're surrounded by stuff you're not supposed to be surrounded by, you know what I mean? It's not looking good for you. Good. I appreciate it. Thank you, God. Because this is exactly what He's gonna put you in a spot like that, you know what I mean? That's a whole fact. That's 100% fact. He's gonna put you in a spot like that. Hey, he knows you're gonna make it. He knows if you're gonna make it. He knows when you're gonna make it. He knows if you're not gonna make it. He knows it's all just part of a bigger, way bigger thing than any of us can comprehend. It's not just, oh man, I'm doing this or I'm going through this. We're all going through. You know what I mean? That's 100% fact. I'm going through a bunch of stuff right now. Stuff I'm not even. I'll be honest with you because I don't know where my wife is at, so I gotta be careful what I'm saying. But there's stuff I've been going through where it's like I won't even tell my wife. I'll just keep it on the low. You know what I mean? I'll just say, "Hey, how's your day?" I mean, my day's great. My day's 100% right now. When in reality, it's like, nah, man, like, mm. But it don't matter how bad things are, how good things are. It don't matter if you gonna make it either way. He's got you. We're gonna leave it at that. He's got you 100%. Yo, I just feel, as like I said, I just feel on my heart right now just to say all that. And even if there's nobody in here that really, really needs it, there might be somebody out there that hits that replay that might need it. But people gonna be going through a lot of stuff, especially right now. We ain't gonna get way far off into that, but especially right now, people gonna start be going through stuff they're not even prepared to go through. Y'all, it's almost 2030, and if you've done any research, just research that. But there's no better time to prepare than right now. You know, there's certain people out there. We ain't gonna drop no names. There's certain people out there that said, "You better find God before He finds me." You know what I mean? I like that. I like that a lot. You better find God before you better find God before He finds me. I tell the devil good night and go to sleep. And that's a whole fact right there. That's 100%. Black love, how you doing? I appreciate you coming in. I understand what you're saying totally. I was at a real low point in my life at one time, but I thank God. That's a fact. I told him right now, I thank Him. There's things that happen. There's things that happen. There's things that have to happen. There's things that it might seem insignificant, but I don't know how to describe it, y'all. It's just one. It all works together, and I think that's the beauty of it too. I think that's one of the beauties of it too. Is a human, we're not going to understand it. We're not even going to know what's happening, and we don't have to understand it. We don't have to understand a single thing. We'll never understand it. Even if God came down right now and said, "Hey, Father Fred, hey, listen, here's the reason why these things happened." I'd never even understand. But the thing is, you don't have to understand. You just have to trust the process. Sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's working out. You know what I mean? What did I say the other night? Work your plan your work and work your plan. You know what I mean? Sometimes stuff is just gonna happen, and it has to happen. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. It happens. Perfect. It has to happen. All of it. And that's it. Y'all got me on some emotional stuff tonight. I don't appreciate that. It's time to go get some applesauce. And it's also time to go kiss my wife because I love her. They got me emotional tonight. So I told them I got to give you a kiss before I go eat some applesauce. No, we're just talking about there's nothing you can do about the stuff that happened. You just have to just trust that it's going to happen and trust that it's going to happen because there's a reason for it. And that's it. Hold on, y'all. We're straight up explaining some pimp stuff to my wife. That's how it is. I like going in there. We're talking about God for a moment, and it's like, now we got to get back on the pimping for a moment. All right, y'all. Where's Sophia? There you are. You have applesauce, 100%. We're gonna get a small bit of applesauce though. I think it's probably gonna have to be my how do you call it in English? Your dinner. There you go. Made with cinnamon? Shoot. You know what? Here, you know what? Made with cinnamon still. You know what? You know what? Everybody's real nice to Father Fred tonight. Here's what we're going to do. On behalf of its birthday, we're going to make applesauce fresh tonight. Put an apple in the chat if you want to have applesauce. Have you ever had applesauce in your life? And sugar, at least, at the minimum. Yeah, here. Y'all stand over here for a moment. There you go. Yeah, life is weird sometimes, y'all. That's all I'm trying to say. The Lord be coming through. He's saying, Father Fred, I got you. I'll take care of you. You just keep putting your faith in me. It might not seem, sometimes you might have a little bit of doubt, but let me fix that doubt for you. That's the beauty of God. I'll tell you that right now. I'm using red apple. That's a good question. I'm using red apple. I'm using one golden, not golden. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up again. If you just Google what is the sweetest apple at the store, it's one of the first ones that come up. It's a red apple. Here it is right here. Girl, I will send you some applesauce. Let Father Fred work for a moment. Let me work. Let me work, y'all. All right, so which one to do? Number one right now? So which one to do? What would it taste like? I'm sure it would taste delicious. So what y'all want to do right now is your pot's over here. You can't really see it. You can't see it at all, really. I put just a touch of olive oil in it. And I mean the smallest amount, just to preemptive pause, just to lube the bottom. You don't want them apples going in there dry. Yeah, we're gonna start cutting this stuff up right now. We don't want that piece. We don't want this piece right here. We'll make some applesauce for tomorrow. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, so we'll have a nice healthy breakfast. Normally on Saturdays, I'd eat my lentils. Yeah, let's get this applesauce going. So you want to make sure when you're making applesauce, you're getting all the nasty parts out. I gotta take my dog out here for a moment. He's back there crying. He's back there crying like a mug, you know what I mean? Oh Lord. Yeah, we just got diced these. Not really dice them up, but you want to cube them up real good. I'll show y'all here in a second what they look like. Just allow me, and I know y'all will, but just allow me just a brief moment to get this going. Boom, boom, boom. That looks really good. Yeah, hold on. I can take my dog out. Hold on. All right, y'all. We're back. Hold on. These are almost all diced up. Everything's looking good. Everything's all cubed. You want it to be probably half inch cubes. If they're bigger than that, they're not going to cook proper. I'm going to tell you that right now from experience. It would be sweet. These are the sweetest apples that you can get right here. You already know the catchphrase. That's an entire fact right there. Yeah, we got the saucepan going. Very, very good. It's just warm enough to heat that water up and start cooking that water down. To get yourself You can get yourself probably 4 fingers of brown sugar times 2. Am I cooking for Thanksgiving? Lacey, how you doing? Y'all, everybody, welcome Lacey in. Lacey, I made some applesauce last night. I'm cooking for breakfast tomorrow morning because I got to go to work. There's going to be no skate park for me tomorrow, unfortunately. I got to go to work. And then immediately after work, I got to go take care of some stuff. I can't get into specifics because I don't want to give away too much of my too much about where I live in Kodiak, Alaska. All right, y'all, here we go. So you have your brown sugar, give your touch of regular sugar, and just a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I got to be careful about what I say on here because you never know who's what am I making for Thanksgiving? All right, so here's the thing: is you don't want to put your apples in there just yet. You want to just let this warm up in some of that oil that was in there. Just a hint of oil, not a lot. If you put too much oil, it's going to come out gross. Get yourself a stir stick like this so you can stir everything together. What was that question? What are you making for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I gotta ask my mom. Lacey, what do you think I should make for Thanksgiving? I was thinking about making some lasagna. It's not really Thanksgiving-y, but there's also nothing really Thanksgiving-y about driving people off their land. So, I guess we're kind of in a standstill on that one. All right, y'all. So all the stuff is getting cooked. There's aromatics in the air. That's perfect. You want to hit with just a touch of salt. You don't want a lot of it. You want to balance that flavor back out. Just fresh whenever possible. Get yourself half of a lemon. Half a lemon juice. Remember, y'all. Ooh, that's deglazing that right there. Here. Y'all look at this. That's deglazing. So it's all deglazed now. That's perfect. We don't get them seeds out of there later on. Don't worry about that. Now you add the apples. What was the question again? What inspired you to make this tonight? I made it last night. I made lasagna last night, and I made this last night. So everything's in there. Everything's cooking. We got it on. What do we got it on? Probably about 3.5. Tasha T, you know what time it is. You know what time to hit? We're going to hit it with right now? Let them know what we're going to hit it with. Oh, man, that's great. Hit it with a splash of W sauce. Praise the Lord, 100% praise the Lord. Let's talk with love. Now we ain't gonna put W sauce in there. Just joking. All right, let's talk with love. I'll wait. I'll wait. If Gemini coming on tonight, Father Fred jumping off. Have a good night. Be safe on your trip back to where you're going. No, I'm not ending right now. I'll end here in a little bit. Okay, y'all. That's good. 100% praise the Lord. Blessings to you. Let's talk with love. Thanks for stopping by. It's 100%. That's a whole fact on that one too. Y'all, if you haven't subscribed to Let's Talk with Love, go ahead and do that. 9 o'clock. Let me see what time it is in Alaska. All right. All right. I look forward to it for real. So we got all the stuff mixing in. Let me get you over here, y'all, so you can see what's happening. We got all the stuff mixing in right now. We're going to get these seeds out of here for a moment. All right, cool. Let's see what's happening. I'm getting new messages right now. Where do you go skating? There's a super cool ice skating rink here in Kodiak, Alaska. We go ice skating there. North Carolina, that's 100%. That's where we go skating at. Is Gemini coming on tonight? I got this one. Let me get this one. Let me get this one for real. Crick Quad AS. Is Gemini coming on tonight? Crick, are you subbed to Gemini's channel? Put Put a dog emoji if you you know what, just put yeah or no, that's fine. So I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you the biggest hint about Gemini. Y'all are my fave. That's legit. If you're subbed, all you gotta do is if you're subbed, all you gotta do is put your notifications on. And as soon as you see the word Gemini, you gonna know. Ain't gonna be no doubt in your little mind. Ain't gonna be no doubt in the mind that God gave you. You gonna say, oh man. As for Lacey though, I'm about to address that right now, Lacey. As for Lacey though, you can Lacey, you can listen to Gemini if you want. But I promise you, Lacey, I'll make it real quick. You can listen to Gemini if you want, but I promise you, there's gonna be a time on there that you may catch a stray bullet, and it ain't just gonna be like, oh man, they winged me. It's gonna be like, I need to leave. I just need to bow out. I just need to say sorry. I'm leaving. There's gonna be no. Let's talk about this. There's not gonna be any. Hey, my bad. I wouldn't. Yeah. See, Crick knows what's going on. There's gonna be a. Gemini. Gemini is Gemini. You know what I mean? And also, if you listen to it and you go in there. And this is another thing. If you go in, she's a wild one. If you go in there and you see me in there, it's not going to be this gentle demeanor of, "Hey y'all, we're cooking. Let's cook." It's gonna you gonna look at Father Fred and say, "Father Fred, I cannot for the life of me believe that you said that word. And not only did you say that word, you said that word about 50 times last night, and it wasn't even like." A span of like an hour. You just keep on dropping. You just keep on dropping these words on people. If you're ready, that's what I'm saying. If you ready, then do it. Yeah, I'm gonna say some stuff. If people come in here's the thing with that chat is, oh yeah, y'all. I forgot we gotta add just a touch of honey in here. Not a bunch though. We wanna turn the we wanna turn the stove down. I'd say probably about to a 2 maybe. You wanna turn down half of a step. Add yourself just a little bit of honey. You don't wanna overdo it. You don't wanna give it too much of an earthy taste. Alright. People are gonna go in there. And I would like to think one of the unwritten rules of going in there is approach the chat with the amount of respect that you want shown back to you at any point in your time in this room. And there's people that will go in there and they will just fire right off the hip with just something that is they'll say something that's just not, it doesn't sit well. I mean, we all have imaginations. Yeah, they're 100%. They can be mean, but Gemini don't back down. Gemini is the hero for all the people. Lacey, you should go in there for real. You should go in there for, I'm going to tell you right now, probably for the first, Tasha's in here, she'll tell you too. What do you think, Tasha? Probably for like the first 5 minutes, maybe? I think the first 5 minutes is probably... Yeah. That's a fact. See, that's what I said. That's what I said, and I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it 100%. Uh, and I told Gemini for the trolls. Gemini can't stop their takeoff, but she's gonna crash their landing. They might be up in the air doing whatever they need to do, saying what they need to say, but she gonna reach up in the sky and grab him. She gonna bring him down to earth real quick. There's gonna be no doubt in their mind. Oh man, this was, yeah, 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, this was the wrong chat to get into. That was the wrong thing to say. I don't even know why I said that. I don't even know why I said that. We're gonna add just probably, I'd say, half of a teaspoon of vanilla in there also. I wanna bring some of the flavors back out. That honey was good, but I think that honey, that's why I was smelling it for a moment. There we go. I think that honey, there's a lot of flavors happening, and the flavors are really good. The flavors weren't announcing themselves, but the flavors were there. It's very aromatic, and that honey kind of just changed that aromaticness into like I said, too much honey will give it too much of an earthy smell or earthy taste to it, which isn't bad for certain things like teas or maybe breads, but for applesauce, I mean, just a hint of it is perfect. So we will add just a touch of the vanilla extract. I'm talking about, we used probably a quarter of a teaspoon. Who in here is good at math? I know, Sophia, you're pretty good at math. You still in here? Sophia, you still in here? You're good at math. You've done math before. All right, yeah, that vanilla brought it back. Everything is y'all, that vanilla brought it back. Everything is smelling great again. Everything smells fantastic. We're using y'all, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my stuff. Oh man. I don't know where my good biscuits. I know exactly where it's at. I had to think about the last time I used this son of a gun. It was exactly for what I'm trying to use it for right now. That applesauce is good. We're about to have some more applesauce here in a moment. Lacey, how you feeling tonight? You still in here? No, yeah. My mom said I have to go to bed soon. All right, well, don't say no. My mom said I had to go to bed too. You know what I mean? She told me that one time. She said, "Hey, you got to go to bed." You know what I did? Cool. You know what I did? My mom told me one time, hey, Father Fred, you gotta go to sleep. This for us, Father Fred. This one was just regular Junior Fred. Say, hey, you gotta go to sleep. You know what I did? I looked at my mom. I went like this, and I saw my dad, and my dad had that look on his face. And so I was like, all right, I gotta go to bed. Boom. Carla, you still in here? Carla, put a yes in the chat if you're still in here. Oh, man. Yo. Ooh. Yo, that's not good. Mm-mm. Yo, that's not good. I'll be right back. Boom, boom. Lacey, are you still in here? It shows only one person is in here now. Whoever it is, probably Tasha T or Sophia, and I appreciate that. Yeah, see, Tasha's still in here for real. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. I'm not exceptionally happy with the I'm not exceptionally happy with the taste. I'm satisfied with it, but it's very floral. Cinnamon. You got your sugars in there. Taste the lemon, which is really good. Taste the vanilla. But it's just, I don't know how to describe it. I know how to draw it. I think it's just the flavor of like autism that I have is I don't know how to draw it, or I don't know how to describe it. I know how to draw it like on a piece of paper. It's just missing. It's missing something. Maybe it just needs to cool down. It's good. It's a little better than mid. Yeah, let's go to the studio real quick. Yeah, let's go to the studio. I can explain it using the drawing pad. Yeah, welcome back to the studio. This is what it's like behind the scenes. Don't do that. Oops, y'all don't want to see that. I didn't even take that into, pardon me, I didn't even take that into account. That's actually an incredibly valid point. Let me see if I can fix this up for y'all. There you go. Hold on. So here you go. Here's your applesauce. Apple sauce. Now it's good. It's got its earthy tone. So you got your lows, you got your mid, and you got your high notes. So it's got plenty of low. You know what I mean? The low is good. The mid's pretty decent. It's not like super great. The high point is, to me, is like sweetness. You know what I mean? Which I think it's probably about like a right here on the sweetness scale, which isn't bad. It doesn't need to be like super sweet. Like I'm not. It's not. Sorry about that. It's not like a custard. It's not. Applesauce is not a dessert. Applesauce is that, period. You know what I mean? And so it's got a lot of body. It's got a lot of chest, but it doesn't have a lot of head. You know what I mean? So like, boom, boom. Here you go. I didn't know Father Fred could draw. It's got this and this right here. Boom, boom. It just doesn't have that knockout punch to the face for that sweetness. So right here is where it's missing something. The beginning flavor, great. The mid flavor, you take a bite of it, boom. The beginning flavor, incredible. The mid flavor, very good. But just that end flavor, it's somewhere between the mid and the end flavor. It just dissipates. And that's where I'm gonna have to have an issue with it. Yo, I gotta fix my studio up. But Tasha T is incredibly smart in saying that it just could be because of me being sick or coming back from being sick. Moreover, it just might have been the honey. Oh man. It may have been the honey, or it may have been it's just maybe a lot of different combinations. Could be being sick coupled with the honey that was in there. I could have used like agave sauce instead of honey, which would have changed the flavor of it. And it also could be the fact that it's still cooling down. Maybe when it cools down a lot more, the flavors will start to come back out. I don't know if anybody knows or cares about that too much, but the warmer the food, the more depth of flavor you get out of it. It's pretty common sense stuff, but if you have Dr. Pepper, right? If you ever go drink like a cold Dr. Pepper, it's good. But if you warm that Dr. Pepper up a little bit, and then you drink it, it's going to have so many flavors that you just didn't even... I'm not talking about where I left it outside or I left it at room temperature. Like if you put it on the stove and you warm it up, not like boiling, but like get it going. It's going to be good. Pardon me, y'all. Taking notes, yeah. More depth. 100% more depth. That's why, like, regular spaghetti is really good. Like, fresh spaghetti is good. Cold spaghetti is good also. But the flavor's going to be rolled out a little bit. What food sets the flavors? That's actually a really good question. Let me consult with my my junior expert on that. I got a question for you. Well, we all got a question for you now. We're talking food philosophy. What food, when it sits out, like what food the next day is better, do you think, instead of the day that you make it, or possibly 2 days after you make it, it's even better than the night that you made it?
Maybe soup
Soup,
and
soup, yeah.
spaghetti.
What is it?
Spaghetti.
Yeah. Well, spaghetti's the one that started this whole thing off. Soup's actually a really, really good answer. That's why I said you got to go consult. I got to consult my co-expert on this stuff, my junior expert.
Soup, baby.
100% soup. That's really good.
Um, like Thanksgiving food is usually better the next time.
Yeah, Thanksgiving soup. What's going on, Black Love? Welcome back in.
Like turkey, like turkey.
Yeah. Alcohol sometimes. You know what food? You know what food is actually really good once you let it sit out for a little bit? Cheese
Cheese?
or milk or dairy. From dairy, I guess.
They have a whole process. They don't just leave milk sitting out.
No, of course not. But it's like, man, this dairy is really good tonight. But if you process it down, and it's not, you don't consume it tonight. You consume it 4 or 5 nights from now. Trust, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be different. You know what else is really good?
Cookies?
There's more, huh? You want some? You want to make you some cookies?
I'll make
You want some? Um, there's new applesauce dropped, by the way. I made applesauce for tomorrow morning for myself. Yeah, new applesauce alert. Hugh blows.
Will you turn on the oven?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta go make some cookies for my wife. She said she wants some chocolate chip cookies. It's dessert time. Put a dessert emoji in the chat if you want. Bake. Start. Ready for war. Little. Yeah, Tasha knows what's up. It's time for some cookies, y'all. My wife said, I bet you don't even remember how to make cookies. Mmm. We gotta make sure we get that cast iron pot out of the oven. That son of a gun's gonna be warm. Oh man, we be cooking with cast iron pots a bunch. In Alaska, you can't not have one. Ugh, man, my nose is itchy like a son of a gun. Like a son of a biscuit, y'all. Oh man. Like a biscuit eater. Tasha, how you feeling? 100%. You gotta thank me, girl. It's what we do. We real. We keep it 100%. Are you a pastor? Shoot. Here's y'all's dog tax for the night. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out by going back into the studio for a little bit. Let me go to ruapastor.com. ruapastor.com. Hello. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Hey y'all, we're not doing that. We gotta say, shit. Mister, here we go. Okay. No. No. You're not upsetting me. 100%. You're not upsetting me because that's actually a legitimate question, and in the future, I would like to know the difference also. That way, I don't have to sit here and go to the studio to answer that. So, I am an ordained minister. I'm not a pastor. A pastor is a role in a church. They lead a congregation, preach, teach, counsel, and run church operations. All pastors are normally ordained, but not all ordained people are pastors. Where I, on the other hand, am an ordained minister, a status or credential saying someone is officially authorized to perform religious duties. I can do things such as weddings, baptisms, funerals, etc., through an entire spectrum of religions, not just, Catholicism or Judaism or Christianity. I don't have to. I don't have to lead a church to be an ordained minister. All I have to do is serve in specific ministries or do ceremonies. So the short of it is, an ordained minister is is an ordained person like myself. Being ordained is just it means that I'm certified to do those duties. A pastor is a job that you do with the certification. I, you know, it's like I said, it's a legitimate question. There's no No need to apologize. I don't think that you did. No, you didn't apologize. I'm sorry about that. You didn't upset me. If you can't tell, I enjoy learning. I like this kind of stuff. That way, when somebody asks me in the future, hey, this, that, or the other, I'm an ordained person. I do weddings. You want to see a wedding I did not too long ago? I'll show you this one real quick. People come to me and say, hey, Father Fred, I have a marriage certificate. Can you sign it for me? And I say, in fewer words, I say, she. And I sign it for them. And when they take that, they can take that document back to, they can take that officially signed, or they can take that document with the official state seal on there and take it back to the records building of their city and show it to them. And my name and the recognition that I have as an ordained minister is recognized through any state in the United States. See if I can find this for y'all real quick. I'll show you for real. Really, I want to do some more weddings. Weddings are always legit. I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at them, though, because I cry. Here's me right here. Oh, that's me still. Hold on. Here's me. These two, that's my boy Ricky, and that's his wife. That's me. I just ordained. I was a ordained minister for them. I officiated their wedding. I say, y'all want to get married? That's up to y'all, you know. Y'all want to get married? Huh. But I'm also, pardon me, I'm also only human, so I do stuff that y'all can't see on here, and I don't think that y'all gonna enjoy. I don't think y'all gonna enjoy the humor as much as I do on those. Yeah, I have my in here in this little closet. I have the actual the diploma, not really the diploma, the certification that I got. I want to get that darn robe that the minister's wearing. Ooh, y'all, that was warm. My eyebrows are missing. Y'all, here, check it out real quick. I ain't got too many things opened up. Hold on, y'all, I gotta start closing some of this stuff down. Ew. Yeah, I got my credentials of ministry is what it's called. Here's what I'm trying to get. Here you go. I'm trying to buy one of these right here. I think that'd be dope to have one of those. Give me one of these right here. Can anyone get it? Yeah, I mean, as long as you're here, I'll show you. You got to go to this website right here. You gotta go to Universal Life Church, and then you just get your certification. Here's pretty much what my credentials look like. So I got this thing, so in case anybody comes to give me some static. Yeah, if you want to be an ordained minister, all I gotta do is just fill this application out right here, get ordained. And I think it's like, it's not expensive at all to get ordained. A part of why I did it though. There you go. Let me sit you right here. Y'all look tired. There we go. A part of part of me, y'all. A part of why I did it was I was working at this place and I had a lot of clients who were religious, like super religious. They were pastors and members of churches, like higher up into the church. And in 2015 maybe or 2016, it's 2015. 2015, marriage between two people of the same gender was legalized. And there was just a huge uproar. And for the longest time, people would come in, these ministers, these men of God, these people would come in and I can't say the word they're going to be using because YouTube will kick me off here for real, but it's a very derogatory word towards the homosexual people. But they would come in there and be like, I'm not marrying no, I'm not marrying no, we're not doing that. But up and down. I said, man, these people ain't trying to make no money, you know. These guys don't want to marry the people, the LGBTQ, you know. They don't want to do that. I'll do it. I don't care. And so I went online. I found out how much it costs. I got it. Then I said, hey man, if you're, it don't matter your background to me. If you want to get married, I'll marry you. If you want to marry this person, I'll marry you. If y'all are too cool with it, I'll marry you. If you want to be miserable like anybody else, I will help you do it. And that's that. That's the end of that story. Y'all put $12.95 in the chat if you like that story. If you want to hear stories like that, donate $12.95. If you don't want to hear stories like that again, donate $17.95. All right, there's neither one. Good. You made something spooky? You better post it on Reddit. $12.90. Miserable. But I forgot. I don't know what the miserable part was for. Remind me, what's the miserable part? I said like, I don't know, I probably said a whole paragraph a moment ago. Y'all, if you want to get baptized, let me know. If you want to get married, let me know. If you have a dearly departed individual, you want your last rites, let me know. Miserable, yeah. Miserable people out there, y'all. My dad was sick. My dad was really, really sick. He was really sick years ago now. years ago, and I used to come home. I used to come home and cry. It wasn't at this house. It was at the other house. And I don't have all the materials with me tonight. You know, I'll do it next time I'm on live. But I used to make my dad holy water, and I'll take it to him in the hospital, and I'll give him one of these. I'll give him a whole bunch of these right here. I'll say, Lord bless him, Lord bless him, and I would uh um I would give him a whole bunch of holy water all the time. Let me sit down here and sit down with my boys. If you want to get married and be miserable like the rest of us, yeah, that's 100% fact. Hey, listen, if you want to be miserable, let me know. For $75, I'll make sure you're miserable. For $75. No, I'm just joking. I'm 100% joking. You know that, Tasha. For $75, I'll make it to where from 10 years from now, you're going to have to give away half of everything. And start all the way over. That's shout out to the men right there. You have to, or some of the women too. You have to start all the way over in a small apartment with just and I know this from experience. You have to start all the way over in a small apartment with just a bed on the ground and work your way all the way back up. Look at Father Fred right here. We worked our way back up. We in a house now. We started out getting our heart broken. We started out getting our heart broken, sleeping on the darn how do you call that thing again? Sleeping on the ground with a little bed, a little twin size mattress. Now we in a house. Now we got the car outside. Now we got I can't say certain words on here, I'm telling you. We got a bed, and she ain't even a it's just the condensation. That's what I said earlier when I was going off, y'all. Sometimes, here, y'all got stuff in your eyes. Hold on. There you go. Yep, there you go. I was saying earlier, sometimes God gives you things that you think you want, that you think you need. And he'll give them to you. You ask for it and he'll give it to you 100%. But he's going to make sure that you get it. You know what I mean? So, man, I really like this girl. Boom, 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 boom. You really want her? Yeah, I want her. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here she is. Man, I don't know about this. Well, this is what you wanted, young man. This is what you wanted, and this is what you get. This is what you wanted, this is what you get, and then years down the line, you realize that's not what you wanted, that's not what... You got exactly what you wanted. Ow! You got exactly what you wanted, you know what I mean? We're going to let those cook for about 2 more minutes. We're going to go about 2 more minute ramble. Ow! You got exactly what you wanted. And God over here looking at you. He's looking at you. You over here fighting. Oh, man, God, boom. Oh, you know what, man. Things are just such a struggle, man. Well, is that what you wanted, sir? That's what you said. You said, man, I want this. And you get it. And then later on in the day, later on in your life, God says, hey, I haven't even forgotten about you. And this isn't even a test either. Hold on, y'all. I can't concentrate right now. Hold on, y'all. One moment, y'all. And he comes back. And he says, this is what you wanted. There we go. Says this is what you wanted, and he puts you in that spot. He puts you in the situation. But you know what? That is what I love. You know, and what's really good. What's really good is being able to look back, having a realization. Because if I really wanted what I wanted right then and there, I wouldn't have what I have right now. You know what I mean? That's a fact. If I was in this chat, I'd be putting the word fact right there. If I wanted what I wanted when I wanted it, I would not be having what I have right now. And there's a difference between wants and needs. You know what I mean? I wanted a lot of stuff. The Lord knew my heart, and He said, "That's not what you need, though, Father Fred. What you need to do is just relax. What you need to do is let me handle this." I said, "Boom, handle it." Years go by, things needed to be like that. Things needed to be terrible for a little bit. Why? Why do you think things needed to be terrible, though? Because things were happening in the background that I had no clue about. You see, again, that's what I love. I love being able to look back and thinking about this kind of stuff. Things were moving in the background I didn't even know about. I'm not even joking. Hands were being shook. People were being introduced. The networks were being created. All for me. Thank you. All for me. It's just because this is my life in particular. All for me to be able to get not what I wanted in life, but what I needed in life. What I wanted in life was somebody and stuff in my life that would not fulfill me. And that's a fact. That's a whole fact. And what did I get in life right now? I get what I need in life right now is God. And God said, "This is what you need. What you need to be doing is planting your feet in Kodiak, Alaska. You need to be meeting your wife right now." Is it morning time? You need to be planting your feet in Kodiak, Alaska. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You know why? It's because I'm handling things behind the scene. And when things are getting handled by me, you don't need to worry about anything. If that's what you want, we're going to put you over here like a little child. Boom, you over here. I'm going to handle everything as a grown adult in this metaphor. I'm going to handle every single thing. That way when you wake up from your little nap of, oh man, I'm waking up from everything that I wanted in life. Hey, things are about to change, and things change real fast. I said it earlier. Tasha was there. Sophia, I don't think Sophia was there. But I said it earlier, and I told my wife, you preach, you thank when you're on the mountaintops, you thank you when you're in the valley, you thank when you're in the field with the Lord, and you thank when you're surrounded by people who want to do bad upon you, because the Lord's going to be there for it. And years go by and things happen, and guess what? I'm a better person now. I'm a better person now than I was yesterday. I'm a better person now than a year ago. I'm a better person now than 10 years ago. I'm a better person than when things happened years ago that I'm making reference to tonight. The people that did that kind of stuff, guess what? God pulled me away from them. They're still doing bad stuff. You know, it weighs on my heart because I care for these people, but the Lord don't have me. The Lord don't have me helping them at the moment. The Lord has them and their heart doing their own thing. That's a fact. Yeah, I'll drink to that tonight, but we're not drinking alcohol though. That's why I said I want to get that dang. I don't need it, but if I had that preacher, the outfit, I'm going out there going, "Hey man, listen, we gonna talk for about 8.5 hours." Now I used to go to this one church, and I get off here in a moment. I used to go to this one church. It's not morning time yet. It does look pretty dark outside for this time of this time at night in Alaska. I go to this one church one time, y'all. I think church started probably like 10 o'clock in the morning, and it didn't get out till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 6 hours, non-stop, no breaks, no intermission, nothing. It's about 30 to 45 minutes of music playing, and the rest of it, or a lot of it rather, was one guy preaching, and there was another 45 minutes or so of outro music. I was like, Lord Almighty, 6 hours on a Sunday of church. And I remember I went to the preacher one time, and he was real. I ain't gonna say he was cool. He was something. he had a lot of scandals happening, to say the least. I said, man, 6 hours of church, that's quite a long time, you know? 6 hours on a Sunday. Why is it 6 hours when church is normally like a 1 hour? Like, I don't understand. And this guy told me for real, he goes, well, he goes, what would you rather have, Father Fred? Would you rather have, would you rather have, or would you rather do, Father Fred, sit with me on a Sunday for 6 hours and learn about Jesus, or burn in hell for an eternity? I was like, man, well, you know, you got me on that one for real. Like, I had no comeback to him. I had nothing. I was like, man, you disarmed me, sir. I don't know if I had a church that wouldn't be 6 hours long. I'll tell you that. It takes an hour and a half to get to church, and it's gonna be another 6 hours. It's gonna be another hour and a half to get home. That's a whole freaking Sunday right there. We didn't even have lunch, and we didn't even have dang dinner. I had to catch dinner on the way home. Man, that's pretty much my church stories for the night. I appreciate everybody hanging out, listening to my incoherent rambling. I'm about to get out of here though. Yeah, wow, 100%. What would you rather have? Would you rather listen to me for 6 hours? You want to burn in hell for an eternity? So it's like, well, if I listen to you for 12, does that mean that I'm double my chance of not burning in hell? I mean, I don't know. Come on. I'll be honest before I get out of here. I don't know, and I know it is, but I don't know if it's the amount of time that you spend in church. Anybody can spend time in church. I can't curse on here, but I'll throw a son of a gun inside of a mechanic shop. Don't mean he a mechanic. I mean, all he doing is just standing there. He ain't doing a single thing. You put a wrench in his hand, don't mean he's a mechanic. You know what I mean? I know people you can put in a mechanic shop. They spend a whole hour and then they'll swap an entire engine out for you. And I know guys that are mechanics. You put in a mechanic shop for 10 hours. You know, they're going to fumble around with some bolts. They're going to be charging you as much as they can. They're going to get everything out of you. That's a whole fact. I don't think anybody in here's actually... I don't think anybody in here's actually ever heard me go off on religion, but that's the way that it is. Come on now. Just because you say you are, and just because you stand in a spot, don't mean that you are, and don't mean that you're holding that spot down. You know what I mean? Have a good night, Tasha T. It was nice seeing you. Thanks for coming in. Sophia, I got to get out of here too. My girl about to be on here in a moment. I'll holler at you, Sophia. Who else was in here? Crick Quad 8. If you're still in here, I'll see you here in a moment. Everybody, thanks for stopping in, y'all. Much love.